Hello, hello. Hopefully this is all going on. Okay, so welcome everybody. Yeah. Oh, I love doing these. Yeah, hopefully you have all been able to take a little bit of your time for yourself tonight and jump on. So if you are here live, can you please just let me know in the comments so that I know who is here, and yeah, that would be wonderful, and that you can hear me and everything seems all fine. I'm just going to turn all of my notifications off as it starts letting me know that I'm on. So yes. Okay, so tonight, really pumped. Got a few really good topics to be talking about. So I firstly just wanted to thank everybody for sending in their questions to me. So I had a lot reply by email, and also there were quite a few who voted via the poll today. So that is really, really helpful for me. Great thing is a lot of those do actually tie in quite well together. So a lot of the questions were, I suppose, a little bit sort of similar along the lines of how do I basically get out of a rut, which, yes, that is what I'm really wanting to talk about tonight. I have done some other lives, so if you haven't already checked out some of the other lives that I've done, definitely go back and do them, and just comment replay when you do, because then that sort of notifies everybody else that there is something else for them to watch as well. So for anyone who can't make it live, you can always go back and watch it. And at the moment, if you do have extra time, why not really invest it back into yourself? So I will just keep checking there. So yes, happy Monday as well. So start of the week. I do love the beginnings of the week. I've always been like that. I love to, get excited about what's coming up. So tonight, the main two topics that I'll be discussing, which will actually cover quite a few questions that had been sent through, is one is the shopping habits to avoid. So that was the most popular on the poll. So I will definitely be doing that one. And also, what do you do when you hate everything in your wardrobe? So these two can actually tie in really well. A lot of what I sort of talk about, it does sort of affect a lot of women, and that's why I do what I do, because I was there. I was, the one who hated absolutely everything in their wardrobe, and I was in a style rut, and I just didn't know how to get out of it. And I've always been really, I've always loved clothes, and I've loved shopping, and so for me, I was it was kind of came easy to me, but I still found myself in that position. So that's why I became a stylist. That's why I am so incredibly passionate about helping you, because I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to feel, how it feels when you get through that, and, just the excitement that outfits can have on you. And it's been absolutely wonderful the last couple of weeks, especially inside the Style Revolution. I've actually had, and even like through this group and things, I've had so many messages from women, and I think right now seems to be a time where people are really starting to notice the impact that clothing has on our moods. And I just, some of them, they nearly made me cry, these messages, because I just get so excited when people make that shift, and they do something to help themselves. And rather than, oh, I'm going to wait until I lose weight, or, oh, no, I'm going to wait until, I get this job, or no, I'm going to wait until this, and they keep putting everything off. But the ones who actually go, you know what, let's just do it now. Let's start feeling good now. And, just the results that they have, achieved has been amazing. So, I get so excited. And, one of them even said to me, what you do is actually life-changing. And I understand that, that might sound really strange, especially if you haven't felt that shift yet. But what she means is it's a snowball effect. Like it carries on, and when you start feeling fantastic about yourself, the rest of your family can notice that. And then they're sort of seeming a bit happier. You're a lot more relaxed with them because, you're feeling really good in yourself. You've got this confidence. You're happier. You're more energetic. You're like, everything just gets better and better. And yeah, when I just receive those sort of things, it really, really helps me. To know that what I'm sharing with everyone can really make a difference. And yeah, so please keep sharing that with me. So if you find some tips really useful, and you might go out and I've suggested to purchase these particular jeans or whatever it might be, please let me know, because it really helps me as well, and it helps me be able to bring and deliver content to you that is actually going to make a difference. So Vanessa, hi there. Thanks, Vanessa. Thank you for popping on. Okay, so what sorry, I've just lost it. That's what happens when I always get distracted and start reading comments, which is great. It's keep them coming. Now, I suppose the ones that I'll be going through tonight, so I will be starting with shopping habits to avoid. So if you have any questions at all, if you can just pop them in there, because if I do have time tonight, because I do like to try to keep it to the 30-minute mark, as most of you probably know, I tend to go over that, but I am really trying hard to stick to it, because I understand that we don't all have just hours and hours to spend watching me at night. So I will try to keep it to that. But please, if there's, even while I am going through these topics, if there's something that I haven't explained well enough, or you would like me to touch on a little bit more, then please just let me know in the comments. So that would be absolutely wonderful. Now, something else, just before I get right into it, today I opened up the doors to the Style and Confidence Revolution. So the doors have been closed now for a couple of months, and I have been busy coaching all of my beautiful members in there, and helping them get awesome results and, just feel really good about themselves and shop with intention and purpose. And, it's been absolutely amazing. But it did come time that I needed to open up these doors again. So super excited to be able to welcome you all into there. So it's only $20 a month, which is ridiculous, for what you get out of that is just, it's incredible. It's not always going to be 20. I was meant to put them up quite a bit more, because they will end up being $59 a month. However, with everything that's going on, I really still wanted to keep it at a very, very, very good price for you. So if you haven't joined, you need to do it. If you feel like you are stuck at all in a rut, or even if, you walk into your wardrobe and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do, this is the sort of thing that I can really help you with. If, just to build that confidence back in shopping, but also in yourself, and start feeling better and, feel beautiful, and, give yourself that chance to do that. It's an awesome space. So I will be closing those doors very soon, because I only like to open them for a very short time, because I am spending all of my time coaching my girls in there. So that is why I shut the doors. So as soon as they're closed, then they'll be closed. They will be closed again for at least another 2 to 3 months. So this is your chance. So definitely get in there while you can. I will be popping another link up with this live as well, so you can get on there now and do that if you like. So I will get straight into it now. So shopping habits to avoid. Now I'm going to be going through, so something that I sort of want you to understand as well is I'm all for shopping, especially at the moment. Our stores, they need us as well. So if you can do it, please do it. But do it with, do it with intent. And try to have a plan. So this is my biggest thing. I'm not trying to say don't do it and scare you from making any purchases. What I want you to do is just make the right purchases when you do it. So main thing, have a plan. Now, I talk about this quite a lot is, shopping with lists, and, it's just like going grocery shopping. And if you go grocery shopping without a list, you come back with all sorts of stuff, but it's not even what you wanted. And so that's exactly the same thing for clothes. So make sure that you have a plan. Now, at the moment, there are so many sales and things like that around that you can get overwhelmed with the fact that, but I've saved so much money. Like, look at that jacket. I'm saving like $100 on that jacket, but it's not even something that you really need. So you actually end up just wasting the money because it ends up going and sitting in your wardrobe and not doing much. You don't know what to wear it with. You're just confused about the whole thing, but you just think, oh, well, it was great price. So, I had to get it. And that's what I don't want you to do, because they're going to be those key pieces in your wardrobe that you go, oh, I don't, unless you're in the revolution, you won't know what to do with it, because this is the best part. A lot of the girls, they can pop in their little jackets and things and go, what do I do with it? But please don't just go and grab anything because of how much money you're saving on it. The amount of times that I've gone into women's wardrobes, as a stylist, it's what I do, and as well as when we're shopping together, and let's say I'm in their wardrobe and they've got all these pieces and they're like, I said, like, have you ever sort of liked it? And they're like, not really. It was just it was on sale. So I kind of just, I could not get it. I'm like, all right then, but have you like loved wearing it ever, or have you worn it much? And so many times the price tag's still on it. And so as much as you may be saving that money because it's such a great price, you're actually wasting so much money because you're hunting for the price as opposed to looking for what you need with a plan. Now, the other one is buying clothes that almost fit. This is, and it's hard. I've done it, so I'm not saying that all of these things, I haven't done, because, well, I've done every single one of them. So, but buying clothes that almost fit, please don't do that. Unless you like guaranteed that, you might be on this weight loss journey or whatever it might be. What then can happen is if you purchase it and you never reach those goals, the amount of guilt that piece has been, attached with is not good for you, because every time you're going to look at it, you're going to remember it and it's going to be a failure that you haven't gotten there. If you do get there though, how long is it going to take before you get there? Are you still going to wear them? Unless it's a very classic piece, a lot of the time, by the time you get back into that piece, a lot of the time that trend has changed anyway. So, yeah, I just think you really need to shop for you now. And also when you go into the store, like when we can go into the stores or when you're shopping online and then it arrives and you put it on, you want to put it on and feel good in it now, not have to like suck yourself into it and then just feel uncomfortable and then feel really bad about yourself that you think, oh, that's what I should be in. It's not helpful. It's not helpful for anybody at all. So please make sure you shop for the person who you are right now, so that right now you can start feeling really good about yourself, and just have that confidence. And I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about, with our clothes and things like that. And they said, I've always put off going shopping because they always wanted to, they'd put on a few extra kilos. So they're like, no, I'm not going to go shopping until I've lost it. But then, it might be 6 months down the track and they've been feeling like crap every single day. And every day they walk into their wardrobe and it's like, oh, that's too tight, like that's uncomfortable. Then all of a sudden they were like, stuff it, I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to start dressing for me, who I am right now, all of a sudden they get, some new pieces. They didn't go overboard because their main goal was still, a different size and things. But all of a sudden they started feeling great about themselves. They had all this confidence, and then they started making really healthy lifestyle changes and just healthy choices and happy choices. And all of a sudden they started actually seeing results purely because they allowed themselves to feel good about themselves. That's a snowball effect in itself. As soon as you start feeling confident and then you do something that you wouldn't normally have done because you didn't feel confident before, all of a sudden it just keeps going and going, and you just get better and better and better results. So yeah, that is something I am very obviously passionate about, that, but definitely do it for you now, not the person who you're like, down the track, this is what I'm going to do. So that comes as well when you do choose to go shopping. The other sort of ones that are similar to that are things like, oh no, that color will be fine on me as long as I'm tanned. More than likely, probably not going to make much of a difference. So unless you're going heaps and heaps of shades darker in your tan, a lot of the time that isn't going to really help. Unless you know for a fact that that's what it is. But this is also, I always recommend to tan lightly if you're going to go, if you're getting an outfit for a wedding or something like that. Always just pop on a little bit of tan. Obviously not enough so that it rubs off on clothes and things like that. But yeah, always do that just to be a bit more prepared, so then you get the full look of it. On that as well is when people think, I don't mind this top. Oh, it will look much better though if I've got a strapless bra. You don't know that. And so unless you've got your strapless bra with you, please don't go buying something that you're just hoping that you're going to, once you spend all this money on, that you're going to hope that when you get home and you put it on with your strapless bra, everything looks perfect, because sometimes it won't. Sometimes it might, but that's where I'm always, if I go shopping, especially if I know that I'm going for something in particular, there will always be a strapless bra in my bag, because I don't want the guessing game. And when if you've got to drive hours to get to the shops and things like that, and then you get there, bring something home, and then it just doesn't look right, you don't want to drive all the way back, because I've done that. You don't want that. So the next thing is buying out of boredom. So especially at the moment, this can happen. You can do it if you've got the plan, and if you know your wardrobe and you know what you like, and you've got that sort of confidence when you are buying online, and all of that sort of thing. But if you're just, I'll just get on there and click, a lot of the time what you're doing is just going to be adding a lot more stuff to your wardrobe that you're going to be ended up being confused with. So yeah, just be aware of why it is that you're shopping. The last one, which probably isn't happening really at the moment, but when you can go back into the stores and things, is my friends were buying something, so I thought I had to. This is a good one, because I do that. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy something. So then you just buy random stuff, and it really doesn't help you. But I've also had lots of my clients, again, in their wardrobes, and I'm like, okay, because there's normally a story attached to clothing, which I love stories. So I love hearing about, why this piece did that, and, when you got this piece, and a lot of them is, you know what, don't really know why I bought it, but I was out shopping with my girlfriends and they were all buying stuff, so I just bought some stuff too. And I'm like, okay, but that's something that you do need to be wary of. Okay, so if you've got any questions at all, please let me know. And just comment if you are here. If you are watching this on a replay, please comment replay as well. That would be absolutely wonderful. Also, if you do find, I obviously do all of these lives, and especially with this group and everything. I do it all because I love helping you all. If you do find any of these, tips helpful or anything like that, and you think, oh, someone else will actually utilize this information as well, please invite them over to the group or share the group on Facebook, and just let people know that I'm here, because I would like to help as many as I can. So I would love it if you could help me grow this group, and then I can just spread the word and help out some other women who may be struggling with their style. Okay, so the next one is, what to do when you hate everything in your wardrobe. Okay, so this one, which I sort of just mentioned, this is what got me into styling in the very first place. This is something that really probably hits me pretty hard, because I was very emotional at this point. I'd just had kids. Well, I just had my first child, and so it wasn't a nice feeling to have every time I went in my wardrobe, and it was quite horrible, way to feel. So when people do ask me about how do I get out of that and how do I start loving, what's in your wardrobe, and how do I, create outfits that make me feel good and things like that, I am incredibly passionate about it. All the feelings come back for me, and I'm so happy that I can give you the information to get yourself out of it, because when I went through it, there was nobody. I didn't know of anybody who did this. I didn't even know that there was a thing like this, that, there's people out there who could help you with that. It was, I just thought, you just had to go buy more clothes and wear the latest trends and then you felt good. That's just what I thought. So this is very close to home, this one. Now, what you need to do to start with is to really think about, is it the clothes that you don't like anymore, or has something actually happened to make you not like them? So I'm hoping that at some point you loved every single piece that you've got in your wardrobe. At some point. It doesn't have to be all together at one point you loved everything, but at some point I hope that every single piece in your wardrobe you loved, because you've spent the money on it. You've invested time to go buy it. You've worn it out to places where that represents who you are. And, there's so many things that goes into that one piece of clothing. And so I do hope that everything in there does, it has at one point made you feel really good. The other, and I suppose because what does happen, like the clothes obviously haven't changed. We have changed, and where our view on those pieces have changed. So this is what you really need to think about. Why do you now feel that way? So for me, it was definitely my shape had changed. So I didn't feel as comfortable in them anymore. I could still fit into them, but it just changed. The way I looked in them changed. But also I was a completely different person. I became a mum, and, a lot of that, for me, it was a very emotional sort of time, but I'd grown a lot as well. And from 12 weeks on, I pretty much couldn't fit into any of my clothes. So I was wearing like maternity clothes. And then by the time I could get back into, my normal sort of clothes, it had been at least 12 months. So 12 months had gone. I'd grown as a person that much, but also all the trends had changed, and there were so many factors there. So I don't want you feeling like it's not normal for that to happen. So if you do look in your wardrobe and you just hate everything, that's okay, and it's not your fault. It's not anything. It's just, okay, you've outworn them. Like that's not you anymore. So I want you to think about things like, have you changed shape? Is that why some of those things don't work? And each piece could have a different meaning to it. Maybe you're just not feeling as good as what you could possibly be feeling, just about yourself and about everything in general. Especially at the moment, there's a lot more pressure and stress and, things like that. Maybe there's been a bit of a shift in your confidence, and maybe you're just not the same person as you were when you bought them. So all of that is okay. It's not, it's nothing bad, but you do need to become aware of why it is that you don't like them. Because if you're not aware of why you don't like something, you will continue to purchase the same thing over and over again. Even though deep down you don't really like it, your brain's just telling you, just keep going with the same thing. You will not break a habit. And this is where, all of the steps and everything that I can give all of my clients and my members and things is all about breaking those habits. And it's hard. It's not just as simple as, tomorrow I'm just going to not ever do that again and I'm going to be like a new me. It's not that simple. There's not a magic pill that will stop that. It is you creating really good habits for yourself and, having that information and the knowledge there to be able to change your behavior. So then what we need to do is have a look. So obviously now you've looked through your wardrobe, you can go through each piece and you're like, okay, I don't like that because of this reason. I don't like that because of this reason. So then all of a sudden you can start seeing, okay, well, I definitely don't like this particular cut or this color or the print or that vibe that you get from it. Maybe you're not boho anymore and you want to be more, street style or whatever it could be. Then what you need to do is start sort of looking at a plan, but what pieces do you think you can put in there, just one piece that you can then replace? So we need to start thinking of just replacing your pieces rather than keep adding more things and getting more overwhelmed and everything like that. Can you find something, even if there's two pieces in there that you absolutely love, and what is it about those pieces? Why do you love them? And then that's what the pieces that you need to start looking for. So it could be the cut, could be the color, could be the print, it could be the feel of it, like the actual material. It could also be, the vibe that you get from it, which is, which sort of style category, I suppose, it falls into. Maybe it's really feminine, maybe it's masculine, maybe it's edgy, all of those sort of things. So this is when you're going to start making a big change. So when you do shop, you have a purpose and you think, I am not going to go for the same thing over and over again. Now, something like this, if you only had a few pieces in your wardrobe, it's a pretty quick fix. But if you were like me and you looked in there and it was just like, I might have had, I don't know, a few key pieces maybe that I was like, oh yeah, no, I still like that. Like they were very plain, maybe my jeans or whatever. But if you were like me and looked in there and just really didn't like a lot of it, like the majority of it anymore, it is going to be a learning experience for you. So it isn't something, as I said again, that you can just quickly change and, happy days tomorrow, but it is small things like creating an outfit with one piece that you love. Find just one thing. It could be a pair of shoes, it could be earrings, it could be anything, but make sure that every single day you are picking one thing. So try it even for a week. Find your best thing that you love. I don't care if it's really dressy or super casual or whatever it might be heels and you're only staying at home. Put them on, wear them. Do something every single day that in one outfit, you've got at least one thing. When you start doing that, you will create habits that are, you'll just get used to going and grabbing, your favorite pieces. When you start doing that, you remember that. Your brain starts going, okay, this is what we like, this is what we like. Then when you're shopping, your brain will start actually identifying those pieces as opposed to just what's familiar to you. So please make sure you do that. That is unless you're happy to go out and, replace everything in one hit, that's great if you can do that. But if you can't, it is going to be a gradual process, but something that you really just, making sure that you're constantly aware of what it is that you're doing and what you're needing. Okay, so because there's just a big, you don't want to be, how will I explain this? Your clothing and your outfits are a reflection of you. There's no other way to put that. What you wear shows everybody else the type of person that you are and who you want to represent. Now, I'm not saying that means that you have to, dress up and always look immaculate and all of that sort of stuff, but a style, I know, some of my friends, and like I've even got that style where, people go, oh, that's so Kaz. Or, and I'll be out shopping and I'll be like, oh my goodness, that is perfect for Jane. And you've just got this, people have this style and you pop in their heads when they see it. And, and you need to make sure that you do have that connection between your clothes and who you are and who you want to become as well. Is just so incredibly important. This is, and I talk about this, in the revolution. It is something that, and that's why I created what I've created. I've always, as soon as I became a stylist, I've always dreamt of being able to help lots of women and give them the knowledge that I have so that they can help themselves as well. And something that, I understand that personal styling, certain packages and things, they're not suitable for everybody and they're not practical for everybody. And so when, and I've been doing it for years and years, and I've, really narrowed down all of the exact steps and, advice and everything that I can give to all of my clients. So being able to do this in that membership, in that, it's like a constant coaching, I suppose. I'm always there, and I can always help guide them through the next step, because style is not going to be fixed overnight. Even with the shopping and styling sessions, it is like it's a massive leap forward, but there is still that, that consistency. And all of my clients, I still touch base with all of my clients because I want to make sure that they're still doing what they absolutely love to do. And it's just, I'm just so excited that I have finally been able to do something that can really make a huge difference in that kind of way. So, that is pretty much like what the revolution is all about, is guiding you through the exact steps that you need to take on your own styling journey, I suppose I would call it. Everyone, is all at different stages and want different things, but it is something there that you can really, make the most out of. So, that is definitely, so what to do when you hate everything in your wardrobe. You do have to go right back and find out the reason why it is that you hate it. If you have any questions about that, even just send me a message. Obviously, you can join the revolution and I'll give you everything I've got. But please don't feel like you can't message me. Please don't feel like you're, annoying me or like taking up my time or whatever, because I absolutely love it. I love doing what I do. I am incredibly passionate and I just want to help you. So please feel free to reach out and just let me know, because also I'm at home. I'm not going anywhere. Got really not much else to do apart from, style my clients and homeschool my kids. So please send me a message. It'll be fun. But that is all from me tonight. Again, the doors have opened to the revolution. So if you have not joined yet, please do so. I can't wait to be able to help you even more on inside there. And for you to meet all the lovely ladies who we have already. Oh, they're beautiful. So, that's it from me. Oh, look at that time. I've only gone over 5 minutes. Probably best one yet. Okie dokie. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I will see you all again inside this group very soon. Okay, see you later.